Hey guys, it's WENGIE. Welcome back to the Let's Figure It Out podcast. Today I want to talk about a concept that's been on my mind. It was written down in my notepad because I wanted to discuss it, and it's something that I've learned throughout my journey here that I think it's important for all of us to understand, and that is the concept of simple but not easy. So I think there's a lot of things that we try and figure out in life on where we want to get to, like a goal. For example, it could be a career goal, it could be a personal goal, it could be a health goal. And we're kind of searching for this hack or some sort of secret strategy, some sort of secret method that will get us there quicker, easier, or faster. But what I found through doing so many different things in my life is that the answer is usually very, very simple, but it's never easy. For example, like for me, currently, I am trying to lose a little bit more weight. And the theory is actually quite simple. It's actually eating less calories than you need for a period of time while keeping your nutrition up, as well as exercising consistently and regularly. Now, there's no amount of information that I can consume that will get me to the goal other than those basic principles. And we kind of all know this. I'm sure a lot of us have tried to lose weight at some point in time or had some sort of health goal. And these are easier to talk about because they're just very simple. It's not easy though. Like, it's so simple. Exercise, eat well, eat a bit less, lose weight. The reason why a lot of us find it hard to get there, myself included, is it's so hard to do those things consistently every single day because things get in the way. You don't feel like it. You have a craving for pizza, which I just ate the other day, even though this has been a goal of mine because I have a performance coming up and I want to lose a bit of weight for it. So there's all those things, but it's not easy. But it's simple. And I think a lot of us get into this cycle of trying to consume more and more information to kind of like, I don't know, because we think that maybe there's something we don't know about it that will make it all easier when really the thing that we need to do is just do that simple thing, which is hard. This comes with like anything. If you want to be influencer, content creator, I think, I've both had great times and times where I've struggled to do well in creation and influencing. And I think the biggest factor isn't my knowledge because I know what it takes to get there. And a lot of us can really find that information on how to be a successful content creator online in about 30 minutes to an hour. You listen to one podcast by a successful influencer, you go through a few strategies, and the method is usually quite simple. It's basically, those are my cats, by the way. It's basically make content that you can consistently make for a long period of time, keep improving that content every time you make the content, and then check your results on the contents you release and make adjustments as necessary. And do this consistently over a very long period of time. Now, sounds really simple, right? But it's not easy because what if that period of time was 10 years for you? Like, for example, Mr. Beast took 10 years before he became successful on YouTube, and he was constantly trying to come up with different video ideas where he could go viral. A lot of us give up before the 10 years and kind of think it's maybe because there's some secret out there that you don't know that these people know, or some sort of secret strategy that someone has that you don't have. I think in this day and age, that's not true. I think that's an excuse that could have been made maybe like 30 years ago, 20 years ago, before the internet was made and before information was so abundant. I can see why it could have been because of some secret strategy that someone knew and tried and didn't share, and they became successful off of that. But in this day and age of AI, tech, of being able to search for anything with so many people sharing their knowledge online, it's actually not the information. It's actually not the strategy. It's actually not some random secret thing that you don't know about. It's just the consistency, the hard work of doing the simple thing every single day for a very long period of time. And I can see that in myself. Like, for example, like right now, I am very inconsistent with my content creation. And even though I know exactly how to be a successful content creator because I have been before and I can be again, it's not some complicated secret hack. I know that. I know the answer is very simple. Post more videos, post videos that you like and also others like, and figure out what that balance is over a period of time of experimenting and trying different things. I can't get the consistency right now. And I am very aware of that. And I know that's why I'm not having a hugely successful channel right now with a billion views. So, again, I really want to kind of draw on this lesson that I've been really pondering about is so many things in our life that we want to get. It's so simple. Like, I know this podcast is called Let's Figure It Out. Maybe I have figured it out. Maybe this is the key to a lot of things. Even in my personal relationships, or like, for example, being a loving partner is actually very simple. It's being considerate, being consistent, being loving, and, communicating, apologizing when you've done something wrong, communicating things that bother you in a very kind of loving, diplomatic way, being open to suggestions and compromise and change, and, doing your best at all of that can get you very, very far in a personal relationship. And those are things you can find online. And those are things I've just listed in literally it was 30 seconds of things that I've listed that sound really, really, well, they're simple because I've just said it. It's not some concept I have to sit here and explain for 10 minutes all the inner workings of all of that. Yes, you can go into detail and refine it for yourself, but overall, it's very simple, but not easy to do. A lot of us fail, me included. I fail on doing a lot of those things in a loving relationship because I get triggered, or, my ego gets in the way, pride. I have, other tendencies that I need to work through that prevent me from doing these simple things that I know are correct. But it's just so hard to do in the moment when your feelings take over, when your pride gets hurt, when you feel like, this person is doing wrong to you, even though they're not. It's just maybe a program or a pattern that you've repeated throughout your life because something like that has happened to you before, but not from this person or this particular situation. So, again, a lot of our things can be solved very, very simply. We can all journal and write on them. I feel like a lot of us have enough intelligence to understand what all those things are to get to where we want to be. It's just very hard to do them on a daily basis. So I think at the end of the day, if there's something you want in your life that you want to achieve, or a goal that you have for yourself and you find yourself struggling again and again to get there, one, it's like patience. Like, maybe it's just not enough time yet. Like, you just have to keep, if you're doing the things that you need to be doing, it might just be patience. You might need some more time. Like, for example, when I started doing YouTube, it took a good 2 years of making content that I knew not many people will see. And that was okay at the time because I wasn't really doing it for anything in particular. I was just happy to make the content. And at year 3 was when it really took off. So imagine I gave up in year 1. Like, I wouldn't be sitting here chatting to you guys. Oh, maybe I would, but just a lot less of you, with different lessons, of course. But yeah, 1 is patience, and 2 is just like doing the thing, doing the work, doing the thing that you know is right, and not trying to make it complicated. Because I think for me, I get really distracted in making things complicated, and that's kind of like my own worst enemy. So it's like when you do too much sometimes, you just ruin it. Like, bringing it back to the lose weight and health example, if, I stick to one type of meal every single day and know that that meal works and hits a certain amount of nutrition and calories, and there's like a set of exercises that I know works, and, you know, say like I'm like, okay, actually I can do it quicker, and I start changing up the meals constantly, and I start trying all these new exercises, eventually you might actually get so burnt out from all the new things that you have to like think about and take on that you lose your consistency. So, example of this is having an exercise routine that is way too harsh for your body that you cannot maintain over a long period of time. It's probably better to just do what you can, like whether that's 30 minutes of walking, 1 hour of walking, than trying to do too much, burn out, and literally do nothing, which is the other cycle that you can get into, which kills your progress. Sometimes we think doing more is better, but that's actually not the case. I feel like it takes a lot for me because I am such an overachiever to control my need to expand what I'm doing. Like my gym routine, like a couple months ago, was unsustainable. I was getting burnt out because I was doing 2 really heavy lifting sessions a week. And I realized for my body, I was just constantly exhausted. But me being the overachiever, I'm like, that's what I need to do. Like, I just need to keep doing this. But I think the consequence of that is I started skipping sessions, feeling sick, making excuses because I think deep down my body knew it wasn't sustainable. Instead of listening to that and being that overachiever, I pushed myself to the point where like I don't enjoy going to the gym, and that's worse than having a lighter routine and being able to do that without thinking for years and years and years and years. So I think it's really important to be honest with ourselves that what is that mental load that we can carry? What is the physical load that we can carry to reach our goals? And then the other answer to that side is patience. Sometimes you can do a bit less, but if you do it over 10 or 20 years, you're still going to get there, and that's okay. At least you can sustain it and you'll eventually get there. Sometimes if you overextend, you may not even get there because now you've just given up. So I think it's like different for each of us because we all have our different strengths and weaknesses, what we love, what we don't love to do. We have also different cycles and periods of our life where things happen, and you just need to adjust it according to what is reasonable for what's going on in your life that you can't control. So it's like all those things. So if it's like you want to achieve anything, things are simple but not easy. Wrap your head around it. See how that can apply to all different areas of your life. And don't make it so tough on yourself that you want to give up and you feel anxious about it. Make it feel as easy as possible, but with enough challenge that it keeps you kind of engaged. Because I think sometimes if you go too comfortable, again, it's all this balance. And that's the hardest thing to get, the balance, the perfect amount of challenge and ease that you can sustain but grow. So, again, sounds simple, not easy to figure out, and not easy to maintain because, again, other things in your life will change. So, that's my let's figure it out thing that I want to talk about. I know it's been a while since I posted a podcast, but I didn't want to make a big deal about that because, again, I said I am really kind of honoring my timing, honoring whether I have something to say or not. So yeah, let me know down below what your experience of this particular theory lesson, I don't even know what to call it, is. Things are easy. I mean, things are simple but not easy. Let me know your story so we can inspire everyone on our journeys and share that. And I'll see you next time for another Let's Figure It Out podcast.